The Battle of Karbala stands as one of the most significant and tragic events in Islamic history. It occurred on the 10th of Muharram in the year 61 AH, 680 CE, in the desert plains of Karbala, present-day Iraq. This battle is not only remembered for its profound impact on Islamic politics, but also for the unparalleled sacrifice and courage displayed by a small group of loyal followers who stood against overwhelming odds in defense of justice and truth. At the center of this momentous event was Imam Hussain, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who chose to resist tyranny and oppression even at the cost of his own life. Karbala was more than just a battle. It was a symbol of resistance against injustice and the preservation of moral and spiritual values. The events of Karbala continue to inspire millions across the world, especially within the Shia community, as a reminder of steadfastness in faith and standing up for what is right, regardless of the challenges faced. While the names of Imam Hussain and his immediate family are well known and often recited in sermons and commemorations, there were many other brave souls whose stories remain less highlighted but are equally important. These hidden personalities played crucial roles in the battle, exemplifying loyalty, sacrifice, and courage. Their contributions help shape the legacy of Karbala and the message it carries today. This series will explore 8 of these hidden personalities from the Battle of Karbala, shedding light on their lives, sacrifices, and the values they embodied. By understanding their stories, readers can gain a deeper appreciation of the human dimensions of Karbala beyond the well-known figures. The significance of remembering these lesser-known heroes lies in the lessons they teach about faith, resilience, and devotion. Each of these personalities faced unimaginable hardships and remained unwavering in their commitment to Imam Hussain and the cause he represented. Their examples encourage reflection on the qualities of loyalty, bravery, and selflessness in the face of adversity. In the following parts of this series, we will delve into the lives of these hidden figures, starting with Hazrat Abbas, the brother of Imam Hussain, renowned for his unmatched bravery and loyalty. We will then discuss the young sons of Imam Hussain, such as Ali Akbar and Ali Asghar, whose stories of innocence and sacrifice touch the hearts of many. And the brave warriors like Qasim ibn Hassan and Zuhair ibn Qayn, as well as veteran companions including Habib ibn Muzahir, Muslim ibn Awsaja, and Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, will also be honored. By exploring their unique contributions, the series aims to present a fuller picture of the Karbala tragedy and its enduring spiritual and moral significance. Their stories enrich our understanding of what it means to stand firm for truth and justice, even when faced with insurmountable odds. As we journey through these narratives, it is important to keep in mind the broader lessons Karbala offers. Lessons that transcend time, culture, and geography. The hidden personalities of Karbala remind us that true courage lies in standing for righteousness, regardless of personal cost, and that loyalty and sacrifice are timeless virtues. In the next part, we will focus in depth on Hazrat Abbas, whose unwavering support for Imam Hussain and heroic acts during the battle made him a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice for generations to come. Hazrat Abbas, the symbol of loyalty and courage at Karbala, among the hidden yet pivotal personalities of the Battle of Karbala, Hazrat Abbas, the half-brother of Imam Hussain, holds a special place. Known for his unparalleled loyalty, bravery, and selflessness, Abbas's story embodies the spirit of sacrifice that defines Karbala. Although he is often overshadowed by the central figures of the tragedy, his role was essential in supporting Imam Hussain and his family during their last stand. Hazrat Abbas was the son of Imam Ali, the first Imam in Shia Islam and cousin of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Banin, a noble woman known for her strong character and devotion. From a young age, Abbas was renowned for his strength, chivalry, and deep sense of responsibility. He was entrusted with the vital task of protecting the camp of Imam Hussain, especially safeguarding the women and children who accompanied them. One of the most significant moments in the battle was when the forces of Yazid's army cut off the access to the Euphrates River, causing severe thirst and suffering for Imam Hussein's camp. Understanding the urgency of the situation, Hazrat Abbas courageously volunteered to lead a mission to fetch water from the river. Despite being heavily outnumbered, he set out on this dangerous journey with unwavering determination, carrying water for the children and women. Hazrat Abbas's loyalty to his brother was evident not only in his willingness to risk his life, but also in his unwavering commitment to the cause of justice Imam Hussain represented. His famous motto, "I will not return without water," reflects his dedication to his family and the principles they stood for. During his attempts to bring water, Abbas faced fierce opposition and was ultimately martyred, holding the water-filled containers tightly in his hands until his death. His sacrifice remains one of the most poignant and inspiring episodes of Karbala. Beyond his bravery in battle, Hazrat Abbas's character represents the ideal of chivalry and honor in Islamic tradition. His role as the standard-bearer of Imam Hussein's army symbolized his leadership and valor. He carried the flag with pride, inspiring others to remain steadfast despite the overwhelming enemy forces. In Shia communities around the world, Hazrat Abbas is remembered as the embodiment of loyalty, strength, and sacrifice. His shrine in Karbala is a site of pilgrimage where millions come to pay homage to his memory. The annual commemorations during Muharram highlight his courage and the values he upheld. His story also teaches important lessons about selflessness and devotion. Despite facing certain death, Abbas's focus remained on protecting those vulnerable and serving his brother's mission. This spirit of putting others before oneself is a universal virtue that transcends religious boundaries. Furthermore, Hazrat Abbas's sacrifice has been a source of artistic and literary inspiration throughout Islamic history. Poets, historians, and scholars have praised his courage and noble character, ensuring that his legacy continues to influence generations. In summary, Hazrat Abbas's contribution to the Battle of Karbala was vital both strategically and symbolically. His courage in the face of danger, his loyalty to Imam Hussain, and his commitment to justice make him one of the most revered hidden personalities of Karbala. Understanding his story helps us appreciate the depth of sacrifice and brotherhood that characterized this historic event. In the next part, we will explore the stories of Imam Hussein's sons, Ali Akbar and Ali Asghar, whose innocence and bravery highlight the human tragedy of Karbala and the price of standing for truth. Ali Akbar and Ali Asghar, the innocent martyrs of Karbala. The Battle of Karbala not only witnessed the sacrifice of warriors and leaders, but also involved the tragic loss of innocent lives from the family of Imam Hussain, whose courage and suffering touched the hearts of all who learned their stories. Among these were two of Imam Hussein's sons, Ali Akbar and Ali Asghar, whose youth and innocence contrast deeply with the harsh realities of the battle, symbolizing the purest forms of sacrifice and steadfastness. Ali Akbar, the eldest son of Imam Hussain, was a young man of remarkable resemblance to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, both in appearance and character. Known for his striking presence and admirable qualities, Ali Akbar embodied the virtues of courage, honor, and devotion to his father's cause. Despite his youth, he was a skilled and brave fighter, ready to defend the principles his father stood for. During the battle, Ali Akbar repeatedly sought permission from Imam Hussain to join the fight. His determination was driven not by a desire for personal glory, but by a deep commitment to the cause of justice and to support his father's stand against oppression. His courage on the battlefield inspired many of Imam Hussein's followers, and his martyrdom became a symbol of youthful bravery and the heavy price paid by the family of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The loss of Ali Akbar was deeply mourned, as his life represented hope and the continuity of righteousness. His death on the battlefield was not just a personal tragedy for Imam Hussein's family, but also a poignant reminder of the cruelty faced by those who stood for truth. Ali Asghar, the youngest son of Imam Hussain, was an infant, barely a few months old at the time of Karbala. His story is perhaps the most heart-wrenching of all. During the intense suffering caused by the siege and the denial of water access to Imam Hussein's camp, Ali Asghar was struck by unbearable thirst and pain. In a desperate plea, Imam Hussain took his infant son to the battlefield, holding him in his arms, and pleaded with the enemy forces to allow him at least some water to soothe the baby's thirst. This image of a father pleading for the life of his innocent child highlights the immense cruelty inflicted by Yazid's army and the profound humanity of Imam Hussain. Tragically, Ali Asghar was killed by an arrow shot by a soldier, marking one of the most heart-rending moments in the history of Karbala. The death of the infant son of Imam Hussain became a symbol of innocence lost and the extreme injustice faced by the family of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Both Ali Akbar and Ali Asghar represent the purity of intention and sacrifice that defines Karbala. Their stories serve to remind us that the battle was not merely a political or military conflict, but a deeply personal and spiritual struggle involving entire families and communities. Their sacrifices underscore the devastating impact of tyranny on the most vulnerable and highlight the courage required to stand against oppression, regardless of age or strength. The mourning rituals and poetry recited during Muharram often recall their stories to evoke empathy and reflection on the values of justice, mercy, and faith. In many traditions, Ali Akbar's resemblance to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is emphasized to illustrate the continuity of prophetic virtues through the family of the Prophet. Ali Asghar's tragic death calls attention to the mercilessness of the oppressors and the innocence of those who suffer in the struggle for righteousness. Their legacy encourages believers to protect the vulnerable and to resist injustice in all its forms. The stories of Imam Hussein's sons serve as powerful examples of unwavering faith and the ultimate sacrifices made by families who choose to uphold truth. In the next part, we will explore two other young heroes of Karbala, Qasim ibn Hassan and Zuhair ibn Qayn, whose bravery and devotion also played significant roles in this historic event. Qasim ibn Hassan and Zuhair ibn Qayn, the young warriors of Karbala. The Battle of Karbala is remembered for the immense courage and sacrifice demonstrated by Imam Hussain, his family, and his companions. Among these courageous figures were two remarkable young warriors, Qasim ibn Hassan and Zuhair ibn Qayn. Although their stories are less frequently discussed compared to the most prominent martyrs, their dedication, bravery, and ultimate sacrifice form an essential part of the narrative of Karbala. Exploring their lives provides deeper insight into the multifaceted nature of the tragedy and the collective spirit of resistance that defined it. Qasim ibn Hassan. The youthful hero, Qasim ibn Hassan, was the son of Imam Hassan, the elder brother of Imam Hussain, and thus belonged to the Prophet Muhammad's family. Despite his young age, Qasim demonstrated an extraordinary level of courage and devotion to the cause of justice, upheld by his uncle, Imam Hussain. His role in Karbala reflects the readiness of even the youngest members of the Prophet's family to face insurmountable challenges in defense of righteousness. Historical accounts vary regarding Qasim's exact age, but it is generally accepted that he was a teenager, possibly between 13 and 15 years old, at the time of Karbala. His youth makes his courage even more remarkable, as he willingly stepped into the battlefield despite knowing the dire consequences. Qasim's story begins with his arrival at Karbala, where he joined Imam Hussein's small group of supporters, who were vastly outnumbered by the forces of Yazid. He was eager to participate actively in the defense of his uncle's stand against tyranny, and Imam Hussain entrusted him with significant responsibilities. Qasim's role was not merely symbolic. He was prepared to fight and lay down his life for the principles of justice and truth. One of the most moving aspects of Qasim's story is the emotional farewell between him and his mother, who was deeply distressed at the thought of losing her son in battle. Despite her pleas, Qasim remained firm in his resolve, explaining that sacrifice was a duty he owed to his family and faith. This interaction exemplifies the profound commitment to spiritual and moral ideals that transcended personal fears and attachments. On the battlefield, Qasim showed exceptional bravery. He fought valiantly against overwhelming odds, demonstrating skill and determination. However, the sheer size and power of the opposing army soon overwhelmed the young warrior. Qasim was ultimately martyred, but his death became a symbol of youthful valor and the unbreakable spirit of the family of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Qasim's martyrdom is often remembered during Muharram commemorations with deep sorrow and admiration. His story inspires young people to embrace courage, stand up against injustice, and remain loyal to their principles regardless of the challenges. The image of a young boy stepping forward to face tyranny has a profound impact on the collective memory of Karbala. It reminds believers that age is not a barrier to courage, and that true heroism often involves self-sacrifice in the service of a higher cause. Zuhair ibn Qayn, the veteran warrior. Zuhair ibn Qayn's story adds another layer to the complex fabric of Karbala's history. Unlike Qasim, Zuhair was a seasoned warrior and one of the older and more experienced companions of Imam Hussain. His journey to Karbala reflects the call of conscience and faith that motivated many to join the Imam despite the dangers. Zuhair ibn Qayn was known for his piety, wisdom, and dedication to the cause of Islam. Before joining Imam Hussain, he had been a supporter of the Umayyad Caliphate, but became disillusioned with the corruption and tyranny that had taken root. Upon hearing about Imam Hussein's stand against injustice, Zuhair made the courageous decision to leave his previous allegiances and join the Imam's camp in Karbala. His decision demonstrates the profound moral conviction that drove many individuals to risk everything in support of Imam Hussain. Zuhair's commitment was not limited to words. He actively participated in the preparations for battle and stood firm alongside the Imam and his companions. In the battle itself, Zuhair distinguished himself through his bravery and tactical skill. He engaged in fierce combat against the enemy forces, demonstrating both courage and leadership. Despite being outnumbered, Zuhair's presence inspired others to hold their ground and resist. Zuhair's martyrdom came after he fought valiantly and inflicted heavy losses on the opposing army. His death was a significant blow to the morale of Imam Hussein's camp, but also a testament to the steadfastness and resilience of those who fought for justice. Stories about Zuhair often highlight his transformation from a supporter of the ruling powers to a defender of truth, illustrating the power of conscience and faith to inspire change. His example encourages believers to evaluate their own commitments and to stand against oppression, even if it means opposing former allies. The spirit of Karbala embodied by Qasim and Zuhair. Both Qasim ibn Hassan and Zuhair ibn Qain represent the diverse faces of Karbala's resistance. One was a young boy whose courage shone despite his tender age, and the other, a mature warrior who embraced truth after realizing the failings of the existing regime. Together, their stories symbolize the unity of different generations and backgrounds in a common cause. Their sacrifices highlight that Karbala was not a fight of a single individual, but a collective stand involving men, women, young and old, united by faith and principles. This unity and diversity is a crucial message of Karbala, reminding believers that the fight for justice requires the participation of all segments of society. Qasim's youthful bravery continues to inspire young people to engage actively with their faith and principles, while Zuhair's transformation encourages reflection on personal responsibility and moral courage. The stories of these two warriors also emphasize the human cost of tyranny and the devastating impact it has on families and communities. Their deaths remind us that the fight against injustice often demands the ultimate sacrifice, a lesson that resonates across time and cultures. Reflections on their legacy. The remembrance of Qasim ibn Hassan and Zuhair ibn Qain during Muharram serves multiple purposes. It honors their sacrifices, reinforces communal identity, and encourages reflection on the values they embodied. In sermons, poetry, and rituals, their stories are recounted to evoke emotions of grief and admiration, serving as moral lessons for believers. These narratives encourage courage in the face of adversity, loyalty to faith, and readiness to sacrifice for righteous causes. Their legacy extends beyond Shia communities, influencing broader Islamic thought and inspiring those who value justice and moral integrity. By studying their lives and sacrifices, individuals can find role models who demonstrate that true heroism is not defined by age or status, but by commitment to truth and justice. In the next part, we will explore two other vital personalities, Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Awsaja, whose unwavering loyalty and experience contributed significantly to the defense of Imam Hussain and his family at Karbala. Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Awsaja, the pillars of loyalty and experience at Karbala. The Battle of Karbala is remembered not only for the tragic sacrifice of Imam Hussain and his family, but also for the remarkable dedication and valor of his companions. Among these devoted supporters were Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Awsaja, two veteran warriors whose steadfast loyalty and experience proved vital in the defense of the Imam and the ideals he championed. Though less highlighted in mainstream discussions, their lives and sacrifices remain a testament to unwavering faith, courage, and the power of conscience. Habib ibn Muzahir, the unwavering loyal companion. Habib ibn Muzahir hailed from the Banu Ashjar tribe, a respected Arab clan known for producing courageous and principled warriors. Before joining Imam Hussein's cause, Habib had served in the military and had witnessed the shifting political landscape of the early Islamic Empire. His decision to stand alongside Imam Hussain was born from a deep sense of justice, loyalty to the family of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and rejection of the corruption and oppression embodied by Yazid's regime. Habib's loyalty to the Ahl-e-Bait was well known even before Karbala. He had close ties with Imam Hussain and was among the earliest to respond to the call for support when the situation in Kufa became precarious. Despite the risks, Habib left his tribe and family to join Imam Hussain, showing the depth of his commitment. On the day of Ashura, Habib fought valiantly alongside the small band of defenders. His military experience was crucial in the desperate struggle against the vastly larger enemy forces. Habib's courage was evident as he engaged in multiple skirmishes, often placing himself in harm's way to protect others. His leadership inspired those around him to stand firm despite overwhelming odds. Habib's martyrdom came late in the battle, after he had inflicted significant damage on the opposing forces. His death was mourned deeply by Imam Hussain and the survivors. Before his martyrdom, Habib requested permission to meet Imam Hussain one last time. The encounter between these two stalwarts of faith is remembered for its emotional intensity and spiritual significance. Imam Hussain expressed profound sorrow at the loss of Habib, recognizing him as a true friend and unwavering supporter. Habib's final moments were marked by prayers for the victory of justice and the endurance of truth. His sacrifice exemplifies the ideals of loyalty and brotherhood that defined the Karbala tragedy. Habib ibn Muzahir's story reminds believers of the importance of steadfastness and the strength that comes from unwavering conviction. His willingness to forsake comfort and safety for the cause of righteousness is a powerful example of moral courage. Muslim ibn Awsaja, the veteran defender of truth. Muslim ibn Awsaja was another seasoned companion of Imam Hussain who played a pivotal role in Karbala. Known for his piety, courage, and commitment to justice, Muslim's journey to Karbala reflects a deep personal transformation and a dedication to the principles upheld by the Prophet's family. Before Karbala, Muslim had been a follower of the earlier caliphs, but became disenchanted with the growing tyranny under the Umayyad dynasty. When he learned of Imam Hussein's stand against Yazid's oppressive rule, Muslim was among the first to pledge his allegiance to the Imam, ready to defend the cause with his life. Muslim's military expertise was vital during the battle. Despite being heavily outnumbered, he stood firm against the enemy forces, leading others by example. His knowledge of battlefield tactics and experience in combat helped coordinate the defense of Imam Hussein's camp. In the fierce combat of Ashura, Muslim ibn Awsaja fought bravely, engaging multiple opponents and protecting the vulnerable members of the camp. His determination and sacrifice inspired his fellow fighters to continue resisting despite exhaustion and injuries. Muslim's martyrdom came as he fell in battle after a heroic stand. His death was a significant loss to the defenders, but also a powerful symbol of faith and resistance. His final prayers and words underscored his unwavering belief in the righteousness of Imam Hussein's cause. Muslim ibn Awsaja's legacy is one of transformation and courage. His journey from a supporter of the ruling powers to a staunch defender of truth highlights the power of conscience and faith to inspire change. His example encourages believers to evaluate their own commitments and to stand for justice, even against overwhelming odds. The role of experience and loyalty at Karbala. The presence of veteran companions like Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Awsaja at Karbala added a critical dimension to the battle. Their experience in warfare, knowledge of strategy, and steadfast faith were invaluable in organizing the defense and maintaining morale among the vastly outnumbered supporters of Imam Hussain. Their sacrifices also demonstrate the diverse nature of Karbala's defenders. The battle was not only fought by family members, but also by dedicated followers who recognized the moral imperative of opposing tyranny. This diversity strengthened the movement, showcasing unity in the face of division and oppression. Habib and Muslims serve as reminders that loyalty to principles and to righteous leadership often requires leaving behind personal safety and social ties. Their willingness to join Imam Hussain, despite the dangers, illustrates the profound impact of faith and conviction. Moreover, their stories emphasize the importance of experience and wisdom in movements for justice. While youthful bravery is often celebrated, the guidance and courage of seasoned individuals like Habib and Muslim provide structure and resilience necessary for sustained resistance. Reflections on their legacy. The stories of Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Ausaja continue to be commemorated in rituals and teachings surrounding Karbala. Their examples serve to inspire believers to cultivate loyalty, courage, and a commitment to justice. Their lives teach that true devotion is demonstrated through action, often involving sacrifice and struggle. By standing firm alongside Imam Hussain, these companions illustrated the power of unity, faith, and moral conviction. In a broader sense, their legacies encourage reflection on personal responsibility and the need to stand against injustice in all its forms. Their transformation from ordinary individuals to heroic defenders of truth shows that anyone, regardless of background, can play a vital role in the pursuit of justice. In contemporary contexts, their stories remind communities of the importance of supporting righteous causes, even when facing adversity. They encourage perseverance, leadership, and courage as essential qualities for social and spiritual progress. Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Ausaja were pillars of strength, loyalty, and courage at the Battle of Karbala. Their experience and dedication helped sustain Imam Hussein's camp during one of the darkest moments in Islamic history. Though their names may not always be as prominent as others, their contributions were indispensable to the message and legacy of Karbala. By remembering and honoring these hidden heroes, believers can deepen their understanding of Karbala's lessons on faith, sacrifice, and resistance against tyranny. Their stories serve as timeless inspirations to uphold truth and justice, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. In the final part of this series, we will explore the life and sacrifice of Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, another devoted companion of Imam Hussain, and reflect on the enduring impact of all these hidden personalities on the legacy of Karbala. Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari and the enduring legacy of Karbala's hidden heroes. The Battle of Karbala was marked by the ultimate sacrifice of Imam Hussain, his family, and a devoted group of companions who stood resolutely against injustice and tyranny. Among the lesser-known but equally significant figures was Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, whose courage and dedication exemplify the spirit of Karbala. As we conclude this series on the 8 hidden personalities of Karbala, it is fitting to honor Sa'd ibn Malik's contributions and reflect on the lasting impact these hidden heroes have on Islamic history and spiritual consciousness. Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, the loyal companion Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, was a respected member of the Ansar, the helpers of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from Medina. The Ansar hold a revered place in Islamic history for their unwavering support of the Prophet and his family during the formative years of Islam. Sa'd ibn Malik's participation in Karbala reflects this legacy of loyalty and faithfulness. Unlike many companions who joined Imam Hussein's cause after receiving his call for support, Sa'd ibn Malik was among those who understood the moral gravity of the situation early on. His decision to stand with Imam Hussain was rooted in his deep conviction in justice and righteousness. The choice to accompany Imam Hussain, knowing the grave dangers ahead, underscores his commitment to principle over personal safety. During the intense confrontations of the Battle of Karbala, Sa'd ibn Malik distinguished himself through acts of bravery and selflessness. Despite being outnumbered, he fought with valor and resilience, embodying the determination of Imam Hussein's supporters to uphold truth at any cost. Sa'd ibn Malik's martyrdom was a profound loss to Imam Hussein's camp, but also a testament to the unity and strength of the defenders. His willingness to sacrifice his life for the cause remains a powerful example of faith in action. Although his name may not be as widely known as some others, Sa'd ibn Malik's story is preserved in historical and religious narratives that highlight the collective nature of the Karbala tragedy. He represents the many unsung heroes whose contributions were vital to the defense of justice. The collective legacy of Karbala's hidden personalities, the stories of Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, and the other 7 hidden personalities reveal the rich tapestry of human commitment, faith, and sacrifice woven into the fabric of Karbala. Together, these figures represent different ages, backgrounds, and experiences, unified by a shared dedication to resisting oppression. Their sacrifices serve as powerful reminders that standing for justice often requires extraordinary courage and the willingness to face overwhelming odds. Karbala teaches that true heroism lies not only in leadership, but in the steadfast loyalty and bravery of all who support righteous causes. The hidden personalities of Karbala also emphasize the importance of diversity and unity in movements for justice. From young boys like Qasim ibn Hassan to seasoned warriors like Habib ibn Muzahir and Muslim ibn Awsaja, every individual's contribution was crucial. Their collective struggle illustrates how communities can come together to uphold moral values and resist tyranny. Furthermore, the spiritual dimensions of Karbala are deeply connected to the sacrifices of these individuals. Their commitment goes beyond the physical battlefield to embody principles of truth, sacrifice, and unwavering faith in the face of adversity. Their stories continue to inspire spiritual reflection and ethical conduct. The impact on Shia identity and rituals. The remembrance of these hidden heroes plays a vital role in shaping Shia identity and religious practice. During the month of Muharram, their stories are recounted in majalis, gatherings, poetry, and rituals that emphasize mourning, reflection, and commitment to justice. Their examples encourage believers to emulate their virtues of courage, loyalty, and sacrifice in their own lives. The narratives of Karbala's hidden personalities foster a sense of communal solidarity and spiritual resilience. Additionally, their stories contribute to the broader Islamic discourse on justice, oppression, and resistance. They provide ethical frameworks and role models for confronting injustice in various historical and contemporary contexts. Lessons for contemporary times. The enduring legacy of Karbala's hidden personalities offers valuable lessons for modern readers. Their lives encourage reflection on personal and collective responsibility in the face of injustice. In a world still grappling with oppression, inequality, and conflict, the courage and sacrifice of these figures serve as moral compasses. They inspire individuals and communities to stand firm for truth and dignity, regardless of the challenges. Moreover, their stories highlight the importance of unity across differences. Karbala's defenders came from diverse backgrounds, yet were united by a common cause. This unity is a powerful message for contemporary societies seeking justice and peace. Their willingness to sacrifice everything for righteousness challenges believers to assess their own commitments and actions. It calls for courage, compassion, and steadfastness in pursuing ethical principles. The Battle of Karbala, through the sacrifices of Imam Hussain, his family, and companions like Sa'd ibn Malik al-Ansari, Habib ibn Muzahir, Muslim ibn Awsaja, Qasim ibn Hassan, Zuhair ibn Qayn, Ali Akbar, Ali Asghar, and Hazrat Abbas, remains a profound symbol of resistance against injustice and a beacon of spiritual strength. These hidden personalities, though less known, are essential to the full understanding of Karbala's message. Their stories enrich the narrative of sacrifice, loyalty, and courage that defines this pivotal event in Islamic history. By remembering and honoring these heroes, believers are reminded of the enduring power of faith and the importance of standing for justice. Their legacy continues to inspire individuals to live with integrity, compassion, and resilience. Karbala is not merely a historical event, but a timeless call to uphold truth and dignity, a call that resonates through the lives of these hidden personalities and beyond.